2:27 in the freaking morning. Correction, it's 2:35 in the morning. Pacific Standard Time. It's the 29th of January. This is your zombie emergency. Rosemont, California. Yeah, go with the stuff around this place. Still waking up and wondering what the hell I'm doing up this early in the morning. My sleep patterns have gotten so screwed up, I might as well accept them as normal, except the doctors will think it's not. And no, it's not. You're supposed to have at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep, according to what the hell, according to what every health specialist will say, the sleep study. What? You got a look on your face. Well, you saw something different? What? What the hell? Well, maybe you saw something crawling around the background there, but there could be that. Yeah, could be. I will tell you something that when you use and abuse your mortal coil, you're all stuck with from the time of our birth until the time we expire in one form or fashion here. I gotta get some of that chocolate in my hands. Bug bites again. Man, crazy. More probably, man. That pair of braces I got for Navy, they got something. They probably do got something in there that likes to bite the skin and suck the blood out of it. I guess sometimes I keep taking those things off, but these things on the skin. They transfer from irritation. This is from one particular brace that I got from the hospital. Back in March, mid-March, I had the damage of this brace, actually on this wrist, and while wearing this thing. And somehow this wasn't protected enough because the bent back and then the muscles in here got sprained a great deal. A lot of pain. Oh boy. Ice would take care of it. Pain pills wouldn't touch it. And the wrist brace, well, this was the only thing I had to sleep with during that time. But I was in a sleep position I don't think I was used to. So, I'm kind of wondering, how much abuse can you put on a mortal coil? You use until you feel it when you're old age. You feel it. Believe me. Broke this elbow once, 3 spots. Screwed up the blood vessels, but it also screwed up the nerve centers. I mean, I can feel it, the damn thing, no problem. But as I go older, I'm starting to realize how much of an exposure there was a certain area here that if I laid on it long enough, I'd lose feeling this. I'd feel pain from here all the way. And I had to make some modifications to my bed. Put down a hoodie, folded up bed, use that as a cushion. Well, things I had to deal with when I'm feeling things. But I scratched your head when you saw both wrist braces. I used these things too much and pounded on too many damn keyboards that the repetitive motion that built up pressure and stress was giving both my wrists issues that almost rivaled carpal tunnel. And no, thank God it wasn't carpal, it was just muscles, nerves having issues over it. I had to go through a painful, excruciating pain. I called it electroconductive nerve steady. electromyogram. This is where they test out your muscles and your nerves to see if your communications are fine by shocking the crap out of you. And at certain nerve points, stick these needles into you and record the impulses to see if there's any nerve damage or not. I swear I wanted literally to kill people at the time. The pain was that excruciating on both wrists, and I was supposed to be going back to work that day. In the morning, I was allowed half a day, and then the next day, and the rest of the day, chewing on Tylenol and trying to not tear apart people's faces, including my supervisors and our customers. I got home, I was crying my elbows, and I wanted to quit. Then I've been at the job for a few years in a call center. The irony of this was a healthcare company. I think I talked about it many times. Blue Cross, California. It was there that I used the employee benefits regarding health care. I got the workers' comp situation taken care of. But in order for me to get care, I had to go through the excruciating test. I had seen my own primary care physician who needed that information. Switch doctors right there. Boy, he gets through the damn test and see how the hell he feels about this shit. This was the doctor my brother recommended. Oh, try to take care of his knees, yeah, but the wrists. How dare. Well, he dared. With the news coming from the sadomasochistic technician. If I remember right now, actually, he was just doing his damn job in the center. And I was screaming and yelling my head off. Screaming and yelling my head off. I was like going, I was, God's ready. God is ready to accept the things that cannot change. Courage changes things that can. There we go, listening to those backwards. And I got used to when they shoved the voltage through my arm in certain spots. My body was trying to get accustomed to it. That was the first portion. The second portion was the murder one. The stabbing of the needles. Yeah. So my primary care physician was also paying attention to me. And the recommendation was wear a wrist brace at night. And do repetitive motion exercises. So for about a month I was getting, 2 or 3 weeks actually, I was getting some relief every day or nearly every other day. Ice and heat and exercises, and about a month later I'm wearing braces during the daytime, wearing braces at nighttime, waiting for the inflammation to move. I had a wrist bar going right across from my keyboard, making things a little ergonomic. So for 25 more, I had been wearing various sorts of braces on my wrist, my sleep, just to make sure that I am not going to wake up in the morning with my wrist trying to kill me. Things like this you're not supposed to talk about because, well, we talk about our injuries like as if there were trophies, not until infants. Show how much we mutilate our bodies and our minds just to prove what kind of a person we are. When you're a kid, you're doing this thing as a trophy just to show off to everybody. See that scar, see that scar, see this breakage over here, see the teeth being pulled out of my mouth here. See how low weight attract girls, I'll tell you what. Oh, sure, and then I got my chest operated on, so I'll just show you the scar right there. This was a long time ago as a kid. Of course, you would see a scar in the face after I had a car accident at 10 years old. Days away, shy from having my 10th birthday. And drink cake and drink milk. When we eat, if we're lucky enough, not sucking things down on a straw. Yeah, I know, we take for granted all of our body's usage of what we do. We do. We think we're doing the greatest thing on earth. We're not. We're just trying to kill ourselves one way or another. And I discovered how much breathing is essential, especially when you're eating or drinking. I was drinking milk, if you noticed. While I'm drinking it. There's certain aspects of the process. The oxygen, carbon dioxide release. The lid on our windpipe allows the passage. It's the only pipe we got that functions both as passageway to the lungs and to our stomach. If we get that screwed up, man, we get in trouble. We have that irritated, man, we are really sick. So, yeah. A long period of time. I'll replace these guys. They're expensive. In fact, they're $25 a piece, and I can spell them out. I've had these things for 1 or 2 years. Showing the age. I've gotten the larger ones. One was from the hospital. I was trying to get one I had to buy outright because I wanted really a matching pair, but I couldn't get a matching pair, so I got whatever I could. And it would be cover up to here to protect the flesh and the bone, here, keep it stiff enough. It'll be a little bit longer. You see those bracelets out there. Sometimes the athletes try to be will be wearing them inside the offices or other buildings. Well, once we had this extension here, the metal plate bent for the curvature of the hand, and it'll be going up to a certain point. It keeps stability on. You keep it stable enough where you're not bending or twisting as much. Even at night time, I can get the motion felt again. I can feel the burning sensation. But this thing wasn't long enough to deal with what I needed to deal with. I swear, the older I get, the worse it becomes, because any of the stuff I'm going through right now, my body will be feeling it. Oh, something fall that I had a long while ago when I was working at the Johnson Mill. One of the last jobs in hell. That damn near killed me with a tire on it. The first year working over there as cashier, I had injured my back. I had never felt so much pain in my back in a short intense period. It stayed with me, and sometimes I had to keep chewing Tylenol just to stop from going crazy. Slipped and fell on my tailbone. I had workers' comp telling me it's nothing. Go back to work. Of course, he gave me about a few weeks of workers' comp for physical therapy. There I had to stretch my muscles. I always thought it was a muscle issue. I looked at the x-rays and didn't realize what kind of screw up damn thing was starting. Arthritis. That's a sharp-eared x-ray text for you. And one particular place that didn't even say it all that much. But it was a simple fall, wasn't it? You slipped and you fell on your ass. And it jarred my back. All the way up to the spine, to the head. I didn't see it. They were focusing only on the tailbone. I would have been a chiropractor's catch right there, because if I know those guys, after I had the tire fall on my face, that my back got screwed up. These guys, in their education, I swear to God, the human body can extend so much. So, yeah, I hadn't been able to work. My back got screwed up. Soft tissue injury that called it whiplash, but I also saw the onset of arthritis in my back. I have to keep straightening it up every so often. I mean, it may feel comfortable me just leaning back on occasions, and yeah, that would help, but other times I have to lean forward to be comfortable about things. And realizing that I had seen people with a form of arthritis that would leave them as a hunchback, always leaning forward. It scares me. That my injuries would eventually put me into that kind of situation. I have to keep straightening up my back. I have to keep in this kind of form. Because I know laying in one particular one way is going to cause me more grief, more hell than anything else. And I'm not willing or ready to deal with that kind of crap. It may happen, it may not happen, I don't know, but I don't want it to happen. Wanting is one thing, taking care of myself is a different thing altogether. I am constantly reminded this is the only mortal coil I've granted throughout my existence on mortal planet Earth. And I have to be aware of the constant aches and pains I have, but also the wear and tear I put on my body that comes back to haunt me in the head. Down the road there. Even memory is having issues. Trying to speak correctly, trying to remember a few things. It's like maybe a slow case of aphasia. You know, in certain sci-fi shows they call it dysphagia. It's really aphasia, where your brain's short-circuited and not wired one way or another. And somehow you can't think straight or talk straight because selection of words. Now, my brother, he actually had his trans-ischemic attacks. The brain was getting rewired, trying to get itself corrected, and it would take him a long time just to find the right words, and he'd be pissed off at himself because he found he was unable to communicate effectively on how to eat, what to eat, what to say to people, including his doctors, and I had to be interpreting for him. And that was hard enough trying to interpret for him, because sometimes I didn't know what the hell he wanted to say in the first place. He was trying to convince David that he could get better, But it was always using that wasn't a strong affirmation. It was always this iffy. It was always this iffy. If, maybe, those kind of words that you hear, they give a condition. Whether or not if you're going to follow this way or not. And even if you do, there may or may not be a chance. See where I'm getting at? If you're not doing the exercises on a constant basis, you may or may not recover. I guess somewhere in that moment, the imaginary, he was finally free because now he could communicate effectively, but now his spirit could there's no way he could communicate to his baby brother of anything and everything, since the form of communication would be cut off. Once you're dead, you're dead. That's it. The mortal coil of this planet has no way of communicating with the spirit. It's not directly anyway. So yeah, it's a pain in the ass. He could communicate effectively with anybody else in the spiritual world, I would think. In the physical, I probably couldn't even understand why it happened in the first place. Nor the relief that he was feeling when he was released. Or the sadness. Maybe a little bit of awareness of what's going to happen with me somewhere down the road. He kept thinking I was going to be strong enough to dealing with a lot of things. Maybe he was right, and other times I think he was wrong. But I'm struggling. There's a lot of things that I think a spirit would know more about the human condition. When you see it from the outside and look at it inside, so what the hell's going on? But we stuck with the mortal coil. We're stuck with the limitations of what we have, what we can do, what we see, what we experience. The squishy brain inside of our skulls can interpret through the five senses, or actually six senses, what we call them, mental intuition sense. But all in all, we're stuck with what we can interpret and communicate. I know, some things I'd wake up in the morning and I have to deal with this. Wake up in the morning dealing with a tailbone still killing me at some point. Muscle damage now. Whiplash effect in the back of the neck would flare up every so often. I get into emotional trauma one way or another, and I feel the impact, and also I feel the images and the emotions and the fear. The fear. Wanna try this one here? I talked about the injury that happened to me a while ago. Pretty short. Working over at Walmart. First year you train as a cashier. And then if you're lucky enough, you stay a cashier for a long time, or you hunt for full-time work and be a sales associate. And really kill yourself on the job. That's what you have to do. You ever killed myself on the job. My brother would have been all alone. Dealing with father at the time. I would have to deal with hospitalization if it was really that bad. Thankfully, I'm alive, but I got to deal with the after effects of it, and I got to deal with the emotional trauma dealing with it. There's a lot of diagnoses that fall under the lines of PTSD. Mostly mental health, but also physical manifestation that the brain can create to demonstrate its disagreement at discovery level when dealing with a situation that's coming up as a replay, or physically you're looking at it again and damn near cripples you. Lose your senses, disorientates the crap out of you. And then, how do you interpret that? You think PTSD was just basically combat? I thought it was. But PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, is a form of abuse mentally and physically to the body and brain, where it has a hell of a long time to recover. Try to soothe a little bit with medications if you can. The psychological impacts are there, and the physical demonstrations of what the hell's going on. Yeah, they're there. Demonstrates how screwed up you are. Sorry. Sweat stains are getting to my eyelids, and I'm a little disgusted this morning. I could talk about PTSD, what the hell happened to me, in the next video if I can. I think I'd be better because I'm starting to feel the effects of